Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, AOPA scandal widens. Amazon hasn't perfected its drone delivery system quite yet. Fatal accidents in amateur-built aircraft decline. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. A full-blown meltdown, AOPA scandal widens. The AOPA issues that blew up last week have turned into a full-fledged scandal, with former CEO Darren Pleasance now confirmed as having been fired, despite the blatantly false narrative published by AOPA and its board of trustees, who apparently engineered the sudden dismissal. The reaction has been fast and swift, with hundreds of comments and probably more online calling for Pleasance's immediate reinstatement, while the majority of comments we have reviewed noted their intention to cancel or not renew their memberships. The damage appears to be escalating and is demonstrably considerable. Bizarrely, AOPA's Board of Trustees answered a few but themselves, while access or influence by the organization's membership on that board is both minimal as well as circuitous, especially as AOPA's proxy system weighs heavily in favor of the board's ability to work unmolested. The board knows they are in trouble. They've reportedly spent several $100,000 of member money to hire a crisis management firm instead of dealing directly with the members. They're not returning our calls. AOPA staff morale is reportedly in the dumpster, and some trusted industry pundits wonder if the board hasn't done permanent damage. AOPA's last decent leadership was Phil Boyer, who built the organization into a Goliath that eventually numbered well into the 400,000 range. But after he retired, Craig Fuller and Mark Baker led it into numbers rumored to be in the mid-200,000s, though AOPA still claims to be GA's biggest pilot organization with 300,000 members. We don't believe that. EAA exceeds the number already, and insider reports indicate that 300,000 is optimistic and not representative of actual paid membership. Pleasance, to his credit, is taking the high road and has promised ANN's Jim Campbell a chat in the near future. We will keep you updated. There's much more to come, and it's ugly. After the break, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 search effort pauses.
I grew up in an aviation family. My dad flew airplanes and flew air shows actually, so ever since I was 3 years old, the only thing I've ever wanted to do was be an air show pilot. It's cliche, but I get to live my dream every single day. I'm currently using the Hartzell Talon, the new aerobatic propeller. It's increased the performance of the airplane. It's made the harmonics balance throughout the airplane so much better. By far the best aerobatic propeller that I've ever flown behind.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MW Fly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 search effort pauses. The renewed search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 has been put on pause after Ocean Infinity's search vessel Armada 8605 was driven out of the designated search area by rough seas and strong winds. With more than half of the scheduled search days unused, the team hopes to return as soon as March and be out before the end of May. Ocean Infinity had planned to conduct up to 55 days of seabed searching under its agreement with the Malaysian government. So far, only about 25 operational days have been completed, split across late 2025 and early 2026. GoFundMe appeal for help with out-of-production kits. Steve Smoos has decided to take on the challenge of bringing old, unique airplane kit designs back to life and is running a GoFundMe campaign to get started. He plans to revive the old affordable airplane kits by finishing engineering and tooling and providing modern updates. Smoos says he's been building airplanes for 30 years, and a couple of years ago got the rights from the current owner of a set of airplane kits that had been out of production for over 2 decades. 6 schools joined Diamond's new European Training Center program. Diamond Aircraft's Diamond Authorized Training Center network is now officially live, as 6 flight training schools across Europe have joined the program. The DATC program recognizes flight schools that operate Diamond aircraft and that meet rigorous standards for facilities, operations, and training methodology. These schools are now entitled to carry Diamond aircraft branding. To make it easier for students and professionals to find the right training partner, Diamond Aircraft has launched an interactive map on its website. CIA working to save headquarters A-12. A restoration project was recently completed on the A-12 Blackbird aircraft on display at CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. Over the course of 2 months, a team worked to repair damage from water, rust, and flaking paint to ensure the CIA's A-12 continues to reflect and honor its pioneering achievement in aeronautical engineering. Robert Beyer, CIA's museum director, said, quote, "The A-12 is prime real estate here at CIA headquarters," end quote, noting that employees pass it daily. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Amazon hasn't perfected its drone delivery system quite yet. An Amazon Prime Air Mark 30 drone crashed into the side of a Texas apartment building on February 4th, becoming the latest in a string of concerning incidents. Video recorded by one of the nearby residents shows the drone drifting slowly toward the building before hitting it and dropping to the ground. There was plenty of smoke, but luckily no fire, according to first responders. This is the second Mark 30 related crash in Texas in the last 3 months. In November, another Mark 30 drone clipped an overhead internet cable in Waco shortly after completing a delivery. That incident triggered what Amazon calls a safe contingent landing, peacefully bringing the drone down instead of it free-falling from several stories in the air. The NTSB decided not to investigate that event. Earlier in October, 2 Mark 30 drones crashed into the same construction crane boom in Tucson, Arizona. Both aircraft were destroyed, and Amazon temporarily shut down Prime Air operations in the area. The Mark 30 is the poster child of Amazon's drone delivery program, designed to carry packages up to 5 pounds, with a roughly 7.5-mile radius. It cruises at speeds approaching 70 miles per hour, and typically operates between 200 and 300 feet above ground level. After these messages, fatal accidents in amateur-built aircraft decline.
It's time to upgrade your power plant to the first FAA-certified clean sheet engine design in over 60 years. Delta Hawk's jet fuel-powered liquid-cooled turbocharged engine produces turbine performance at 40% better fuel efficiency of typical reciprocating engines, while also achieving exceptional reliability and significant reduction in cost of ownership. Reserve your engine package today at deltahawk.com.
Direct Fly USA proudly introduces the new Alto NG, a single-engine, 2-seat light sport aircraft for the North American market. This simple, all-metal aircraft design provides low-maintenance cost, easy, comfortable access, and responsive flight controls. Equipped with the Rotax 912 engine and a ballistic parachute, the Alto NG is reliable and safe. Learn more about the Alto NG at directflyusa.com.
Welcome back. Fatal accidents in amateur-built aircraft decline. EAA is using data about the decline of fatal accidents in amateur-built aircraft as a foundation to build on safety programs in 2026. In the period from October 1st, 2024 through September 30th, 2025, fatal accidents in the experimental category totaled 42, one under the not-to-exceed number set by the FAA prior to that period. The not-to-exceed number is based on a rolling average based on the previous 3 years' data. Fiscal year 2024 through 25 data was delayed because of the government shutdown this past fall. Sean Elliott, EAA's VP of Advocacy and Safety, said, quote, "The FAA has commended the aviation community for the continued downward trend in experimental category fatal accidents, even as flight hours have increased. What's most gratifying is the growth of the safety mindset, which is using education rather than regulation to produce a safer aviation community," end quote. The education involved the growth of EAA safety programs available for aircraft builders and amateur-built aircraft pilots, ranging from the relatively new subsequent owner guidance for transition training to the traditional EAA technical counselor and flight advisor programs available throughout the country. Within the entire experimental aircraft category, the amateur-built segment remains steady, with 29 fatal accidents during the most recent data period. This continues the trend that has seen fatal accidents in amateur-built aircraft decline by more than 25% over the past decade. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.